Sai Ram. I offer my humble and loving pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagawan. Many of you have probably read the book of Dr. Fani Bundo, in which he tells a story about a little medallion that Swami materialized for him many years ago. And on this medallion, there were the letters T, P, S, very small letters. And he asked Swami, he said, "What is the meaning of TPS?" And Swami said, "Oh, that's the trademark from my factory." As if Swami had a factory for making these little medals. But then, Fani Bunda insisted a little bit more, and he said, "But Swami, what does it really mean?" And Swami said, "Tara, Puttaparthi, Satya." And then Fani Bunda was puzzled about what that might mean, and then thinking about it, he thought, Tara is a star, and that divine light from the star has descended in Puttaparthi as Satya Sai Baba. And you'll remember that when Jesus Christ was born, there was also a star that guided the shepherds and guided the wise men. And that star, the divine light from that star, descended in Bethlehem as Jesus Christ. And that's what we're celebrating this afternoon. I would like to thank all of those people that helped us with this Christmas program. There were over 1,500 people working in different areas of this fine celebration, as well as the choirs that have participated and that will participate. 246 children will be taking part in this celebration with their programs tomorrow. Now I would like to announce two speakers who will address us. The first one is Mrs. Kirtan Pruzan. She is an eminent journalist and former newspaper editor at a major daily newspaper in Denmark. She also has been editor-in-chief of a woman's magazine. As a journalist, she worked on assignments in more than 50 countries, and she is author of a book about the history of the Sai organization in Denmark titled Journeys to Love. And with her husband, Professor Peter Pruzan, has written the book Leading with Wisdom, about spiritual-based leadership. She has been a member of the Sai organization for over 20 years and edited the Sai Baba publication in Denmark for a number of years. She was educated in Denmark, California, Switzerland, and Belgium. The second speaker will be Cass Smith. He's from California, where he lives with his wife Shama in Encinitas, California. He is president of the Sadhana Fellowship, a non-profit organization for psychological healing and spiritual awareness. For 35 years, he has been giving seminars and has worked as a therapist. Cass is also a musician and songwriter. He has written and composed over 60 songs for Bhagawan and currently has 10 CDs dedicated to our Lord. Some are available in the bookstore. Cass has been visiting Swami every year since 1981 and has participated in several Christmas programs in the past. I now call on Kirtan to come forward and address us. Sai Ram.
Sai Ram. With deep humility, reverence, and love, I offer my humble pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagawan. Beloved Lord, revered elders, dear brothers and sisters, and children from so many countries, I feel very humble and honored to be granted the privilege to speak to you on this holy Christmas day. Christmas means hope. 2010 years ago, Jesus was born to bring hope to the suffering people on earth. In the same way, the birth of Sai Baba is spreading hope to millions around the world. Hope for a better world. I come from Denmark, a small country in Northern Europe with 5.5 million people. Denmark became Christian 1,000 years ago. Our national religion is Lutheran Protestant, but not many are religious or even spiritual. Very few people go to church except at Christmas, when the churches are filled to capacity. In Denmark, few people know that the divine principle has incarnated on earth in human form and that God lives in India. We who do know feel thankful and blessed. But how did it happen that I am here, since more than 5 million Danes do not know that God is, and that love and hope were born in Puttapati in the form of our Lord? It is all because of amazing grace. As many things do, it all began with my husband, Dr. Peter Pruzan. Once he met an old friend he hadn't seen for many years. This man was an ardent devotee of Sai Baba and told my husband that he had to come with him to India to see Swami. They were invited for an interview, and it was a mind-boggling experience for my husband. Now, here I have to add that at that time, he was certainly not a spiritual seeker, at least at a conscious level. Actually, he was an ardent rationalist. But then things started to happen. Baba, in his own mysterious ways, started a transformation that completely changed the heart and mind of this professor from Denmark. A few months later, 20 years ago, Bhagawan called me for the first time. I was one of the editors at the major national newspaper in Denmark. My newspaper had organized a grand tour of South India for a group of readers, and since I had previously worked as a reporter in other South Asian countries, I was familiar with this fascinating part of the world, and I was asked to represent the newspaper on this trip. The itinerary left no room for even a brief visit to Puttapati. Bangalore was only a stopover where we would be met by an air-conditioned bus to take us to Mysore. But when we landed, there was no bus. Right away, I called a taxi driver whose name my husband had given me, and when I asked him if I would have enough time to go to Puttapati for Sai Baba's darshan and back on the same day, I could hardly believe my ears when he said, "You are very lucky, madam. Sai Baba has just arrived in his ashram in Whitefield and will be giving darshan this afternoon. I will send a taxi in half an hour." Later, I realized that our Lord works in this manner. A short time after my husband had met Sai Baba, all of a sudden I also found myself in India, and completely unexpected, I had Baba's darshan. Sitting under the big old tree in Vrindavan, I simply loved what I heard, what I saw, and what I experienced in my heart. About a month later, one day, I was alone in the house, totally absorbed in my work, when all of a sudden the sweet fragrance of jasmine came to me like in waves. Could anybody have entered the house without my notice? I walked around following the sweet smell, but no stranger was there. I had never heard of anything like this. Later, I learned that this puzzling phenomena came from the divine source, and that I had been visited by Sai Baba, who had left his visiting card. Thank you, Swami. During the following months, although I did not have the darshan of this beautiful form, Baba visited me again 3 more times with a delightful fragrance of jasmine. Twice I was with others who could also smell it. I was in bliss. Now Bhagawan's pull was irresistible. Already that same summer, my husband went to Prashanti Nilayam again. On August 1st, 1990, he should catch his flight home. Before leaving the ashram, he prayed to Sai Baba to help him land safely. But his plane from Bangalore to Bombay was delayed for so long that he missed his flight connection with Kuwait Airways. The following day, he got on a Lufthansa flight to Frankfurt, and the first thing he heard upon landing was that Iraq had invaded Kuwait. If Bhagawan, in his great mercy, had not delayed Peter's flight, he would have been in Kuwait airport waiting for the flight connection to Europe at exactly the same time as the soldiers from Iraq took passengers in the airport as hostages. Thanks to your divine intervention, Lord, he avoided such a frightening and potentially dangerous experience. I cannot express how deeply grateful we are that you made Peter land safely. Now, we know of people who right away accept Sai Baba as God. We were slow. My husband's scientific mind kept on raising questions. But you were persistent, Lord, and did not give up on us. And since apparently we needed it, you showered on us other unforgettable miracles, as well as lovely materializations directly from your divine hand. At one time in our home in Denmark, we found vibhuti sprinkled on your robe, given to us by you kept in a closed glass case. Another time, my knee was injured. I walked with crutches, waiting for an operation. Suddenly I came to think of vibhuti and applied some on the knee, and lo and behold, the pain left and I could walk again. No need for an operation. Thank you, Swami, for your love and compassion. Now, one miracle was particularly inspiring because it was a confirmation of your omniscience, omnipresence, and omnipotence, and of your boundless love. Allow me to share this enchanting experience. It happened on the 9th anniversary of our opening our hearts to Swami. I had just come home from work, reached out my arms to Peter, who had arrived before me, embraced him, and lovingly said, "Thank you, Swami." At that very instant, something strange happened. Bells began to chime. It was not the telephone or the doorbell or the ice cream vendor. The sound was soft and clear and crystalline. We both heard the bells, looked at each other in awe, and then stopped embracing each other. Immediately, the sound of bells stopped. Then we embraced each other once again, and again we could hear this beautiful sound of little bells chiming. It was magic. We experienced this 4 times, and when we stopped, we said as with one voice, "Thank you, Swami, for giving us this amazing confirmation that you are in us and around us all the time." I also want to express my gratitude for being allowed to write about these experiences so close to our hearts in a book containing interviews with 21 Danes about their transformation after meeting Satya Sai Baba. I had the opportunity of asking your advice about the book, and graciously you signed the title page. I also asked if it was your wish that it should be translated into English, and you said yes. It is titled Journeys to Love and is in the Ashram bookstore. Now, when I stopped working at the newspaper and my husband retired, Bhagawan allowed him to teach his MPhil and PhD students about research methodology at the university here. At the same time, I work on books inspired by Bhagawan, for instance, with my husband about spiritual-based leadership. So for the last 7 years, we are blessed to be able to spend roughly half a year each year in Prashanti Nilayam, the most holy place on earth. We spend much time away from our children and our grandchildren, also at Christmas time. But it is here at the Lord's divine feet, and not in the hustle and bustle of our home country, that we are able to experience both the glory of Bhagawan and the true spirit of Christmas. There is a saying that Christmas is the time of giving. Swami is giving, giving, giving all year round. The most precious Christmas gift anyone can receive is your love. Dear Lord, dear Lord, may your love be felt by every living being in every corner of the world. You tell us that we are embodiments of love. May you enable us to be your loving instruments in your divine plan, leading to transformation of our hearts. Thank you, Swami.
Dearest Swami, thousands upon thousands of lifetimes, we have waited just for a glimpse of you. And here you are now before us. We are so fortunate. Swami, I offer these words and songs at your divine lotus feet. In 1981, I read the book Sai Baba, the Holy Man and the Psychiatrist by Dr. Samuel Sandwise. And in that book, there was a particular quote that when I read it, I was stunned. I started crying. I felt like my heart was going to come out of my chest. I started shaking because I realized, reading that God, the Father of Jesus, Rama, Krishna, all gods and goddesses embodied in one resplendent, beautiful form, our Swami, was here. How lucky we are. Our fortune, Swami says that our fortune is as much as that of the sages of old. I wanted to read that quote to you now. On the day before Christmas, in 1972 in Bangalore, our Lord Sai Baba imparted the following message. Swami said, "There is one important point that I cannot but bring to your attention today. At the moment when Jesus was merging in the supreme principle of divinity, he communicated some news to his followers. The statement of Christ was simple. He who sent me among you will come again." And he pointed to a lamb. The lamb is merely a symbol, a sign. It stands for the voice Baba. The announcement was of the advent of Baba. His name will be Truth, Christ declared. Satya means truth. He will wear a robe of red, a blood red robe. Here Swami pointed to the robe he was wearing. He will have a crown of hair. The lamb is the symbol and sign of love. Christ did not declare that he will come again. He said, "He who sent me will come again." Then Swami said, "That Baba is this Baba." Through Swami's grace, this song came. Jesus said, "He who sent me will come again." Jesus said, "He who sent me will come again." Sai, Sai, Sachi Sai Baba, Baba, Baba. Jesus said, "The Lamb will sound his name." Jesus said, "The Lamb will sound his name." Baba, Baba, Sachi Sai Baba, Baba, Baba. Jesus said, his name will mean the truth. Jesus said, his name will mean the truth. Satya, Satya, Sachi Sai Baba, Baba, Baba. Jesus said, his robe will be blood red. Jesus said, his robe will be blood red. Sai, Sai, Sachi Sai Baba, Baba, Baba. Jesus said, his crown will be his hair. Jesus said his crown will be his hair. Baba, Baba, Sachi Sai Baba, Baba, Baba. Jesus said, he who sent me will come again. Jesus said, he who sent me will come again. Satya, Satya, Satya Sai Baba, Baba, Baba. Being with you, Swami. Swami. Oh my God. Oh. Let me remember what I was going to say. Swami is always telling us, once he said to me, everything is God, everything is God. See God, eat God, breathe God, drink God, think God, feel God, all is God. Swami is always telling us, everything is Brahman, everything is Brahman. Earth is Brahman, fire is Brahman, water is Brahman, air is Brahman, space is Brahman, time is Brahman. Everything is Brahman. Swami is always telling us, often he's telling us to realize, I am I. This I, we are this I that Swami's talking about. He wants us to realize that we are this I, this Para-Brahman, that we are that. Swami inspired this song. Anything good, Swami inspired. Anything not good was me. One, 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 one. One, 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 one. One, 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 one. One, 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 one. Everything is Brahman. Everything is Brahman. Everything is Sai. Everything is Sai. No more me, no more my, no more you, no more I. It's a one, 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 one. One, 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 one. One, 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 one. One, 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 one. Everything is Brahman. Everything is Brahman. Everything is Sai. Everything is Sai. Earth is really Brahman. Water is really Brahman. Fire is really Brahman. Air is really Brahman. Space is really Brahman. Time is really Brahman. It's a one, 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 one. One, 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 one. One, 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 one. One, 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 one. Everything is Brahman. Everything is Brahman. Everything is Sai. Everything is Sai. It looks like a table, looks like a chair, looks like a mountain, looks like a bear, but it's one, 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 one. One, 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 one. One, 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 one. One, 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 one. Everything is Brahman. Everything is Brahman. Everything is Sai. Everything is Sai. Everything is Sai. Everything is Sai, Sai. I'd like to tell you a miraculous story that happened with me involving with Swami. It was around 1997, 1998. We were at the ashram, my wife Shama and I were at the ashram in Whitefield, Brindavan, near Whitefield. I was upstairs in my room, and I was reading one of Swami's books. And I kind of had the left stem of my glasses in my mouth, and I had the right stem kind of hanging from my ear. And then so somehow by accident, I bit down on the right stem, and the left stem went shoo, right into my eardrum and broke my eardrum. I was totally shocked. Blood came out of my ear and out of my mouth, and I just didn't know what to do except for to pray to Swami. The next morning in Darshan, Swami came by, and I said, "Swami, I broke my eardrum. I broke my eardrum, Swami." And Swami turned to me, and he said, "Good, good." So I figured that meant, well, Swami's going to take care of it, no problem, don't worry about it, thank you, Swami, everything's going to be okay. So my wife Shama and I, after Darshan, we went to the Manipal Hospital in Bangalore. And the ear doctor took out his instrument, he looked in my ear, and he said, "You have a traumatic puncture of the eardrum," which basically means you have a big hole in your eardrum. So he said, "This cannot heal naturally. We're going to have to take some skin from back here and put it in your ear and do what he called a patch-up job." He said, "I want to schedule this operation immediately." Well, I said, "Well, okay, but I want to go and ask, I have to get Swami's permission first." So I went back to the ashram in Whitefield, and the next morning, as Swami was coming by, I knelt up and I said, "Swami, the doctor wants to give me an operation on my ear." And Swami very lovingly, very sweetly, he said, "Very, very, very happy." And he slapped me on the back. So again, okay, Swami's given permission for the operation, no problem, everything's okay. I was very happy, and my wife and I, we went back to the Manipal Hospital after Darshan. When we got there, the doctor said, "Okay, let's take a look." And he had me sit down, and he looked in my ear, and he said, "Oh my God," he said, "I can't believe this." He said, this ear has completely healed." He said, "I've never seen anything like this." He had 5 or 6 medical students observing him, and he said, you have to look in his ear. So he had, first there was one. He said, "Look at this. This is one of Sai Baba's miracles. I've never seen anything like this. This is impossible. This can't happen. This can't be. But here it is." And then he had the second one, "Look in my ear." The third one, look in my ear. The fourth one, the fifth one. He had all 6 of them look in my ear. So the grace, the love, the sweetness, the compassion, the holiness, what can we say? Indescribable, indescribable. Our Swami, indescribable. Swami, we keep feeling your love, and it's sweeter and sweeter as the days go by. Oh, what a love between my Sai and I. I keep feeling your love in me over and over again. I keep feeling your love in me over and over again. And it's sweeter and sweeter as the days go by. Oh, what a love between my Sai and I. I keep feeling your love in me over and over again. I keep feeling your love in me over and over again. And it's sweeter and sweeter as the days go by. Oh, what a love between my Sai and I. 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 And it's sweeter and sweeter as the days go by. Oh, what a love between my Sai and I. Oh, what a love between my Sai and I. Oh, what a love between my Sai and I. Oh, what a love between my Sai and I.
Gananayaka, Jai 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 Gananayaka, Jai 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 Gananayaka, Jai Jai Vinashaka. Tvameva mata cha pita, tvameva, tvameva bandhuscha sakha, tvameva, tvameva vidya cha dravinaham, tvameva, tvameva sarvam Mama Deva Deva, Tvameva Mata cha Pita, Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha, Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya Sadravinaham, Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva, Tvameva Mata cha Pita, Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha, Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya Sadravinaham, Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Om Sai Shiva, Om Sai Shiva, Om Sai Shiva.
Sri Sai Ram. We want to express to our beloved Bhagawan Sri Satya Sai Baba our immense joy for this great opportunity that our Lord has given us to be in His divine presence. We came from all over Italy to this beautiful Bharat land, this place of peace, Prashanti Nilayam, to celebrate Holy Christmas in the divine providence of our beloved one. Thank you, Swami. Thank you. Because this Christmas will be the most beautiful one of our entire life. Our heart overflows with love for you and us. And today we want to demonstrate to you our love by offering a series of devotional songs and prayers that we want to dedicate to you. Humbling from all of Italy, putting all of our work at your lotus feet. The first song that we dedicate to our beloved Lord is a bhajan, Mukunda Murari. It speaks about the Lord Krishna that today lives in Puttaparthi, our beloved Sai Baba. We present to you another bhajan called Ekabar Kshama Karosai. It's dedicated to Shirdi and Puttaparthi Sai Baba, who is our beloved Swami. that everything unifies in a great divinity. Both are interpreted by Sonia Venturi and her music ensemble, Gianfranco Grisi, Roberto Dassala, Luca Marchi, and Fabio Chiocchetti, all from Italy.
Mukunda Murari Murari Gopal Mukunda Murari Murari Gopal Gopal Sai Sai Nandala Gopala Sai Sai Nandala Prashanti Nivasi Nandala Prashanti Nivasi Nandala Hem Tarat Majoti Jyoti Nandala Hem Tarat Majoti Jyoti Nandala Satyam Shiva Shivam Sundaram Satyam Shiva Shivam Sundaram Sundara Rupa Sai Nandala Sundara Rupa Sai Nandala Mukunda Murari Murari Gopal Mukunda Murari Murari Gopal Gopal Sai Sai Nandala Prashanti Nivasi Nandala Hem Tarat Majoti Jyoti Nandala Satyam Shiva Shivam Sundaram Satyam Shiva Shivam Sundaram Hai Sundara Rupa Hai Sai Nandala Hai Sundara Rupa Hai Sai Nandala Mukunda Murari